Hi, welcome back to Crafting a Country Life. I'm Andrea. I wanted to jump on this morning and share a project that I've been working on during the week this week when I had a few spare minutes. And what I did is I created a whole bunch of these little tiny layered flowers. And there are many different tutorials online where you can look up how to do these. I liked them because they had a lot of dimension and a lot of layers. And if you look very carefully, you can see all the layers that are on these. And again, they're very small. So I'm going to take you through the steps to create these. You could really use any kind of hand punched flower petals that you might have in your stash. I used this small one that I had in my stash, and then this larger one here as well to get the two different sizes of flowers. And then I just put my items onto my little Dollar Tree work tray, and as I was sitting watching a movie one night, I sat and punched all the different colors out that I wanted, and then the following night I sat and put some of them together. So what you do is you punch out, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 or so, depending on the weight of your cardstock. This cardstock is just an average weight, so I did 8 layers altogether. And then you glue them together, stacked directly on top of each other, offsetting each one. And so far I think I've got 6 layers on this one. I'm just going to do the last 2 layers to show you how I proceeded. And any kind of glue, I use the tacky glue, it's one of my favorites. And just the smallest little speck right in the center. Probably the art glitter glue would be also a good choice. I have that as well, but I just didn't feel like dealing with, with the nozzle and everything. So I just grabbed my tacky glue. So then line them up right in the center, press them with your finger, let them get together, glued together. Okay, one more. This is just the tiniest speck. I like to leave my glue bottles laying flat, or I actually did this makeshift glue bottle holder out of a piece of corrugated cardboard and then a layer of foam on top, and then I hot glued an old gift wrap tube to it so that I could just put my my glue bottle in there. When I'm using it, I take the cap off and just pop it in there, and because there's foam in the bottom, it keeps the glue from leaking out of the bottle. So these are just a handy thing to have in the studio. Okay, so let's put this last petal on right here. Offset that in the middle and just give it a little press. Okay, now that they're all together, typically I give them just a minute or two to just set up a little. What I do is, to get the rounded shape, I use my fingernail and my thumb and my forefinger, and put the fingernail right in the center of the flower and just press a little bit. And my other hand, get this close to the camera, I just push against my thumb, turning the flower as I go. So I'm pinching in the center and pushing up the edges of the flower just to get it started. Hopefully that's in focus okay. Okay, and once I've got it to this stage, I just take my fingers and twirl the edges of the petals between my fingers and squeeze gently as I'm twirling. And you can kind of turn it sideways and just pinch those upper layers, turning, pinching, turning and pinching gently to shape the little blossom. Pinch that just a little more in the middle. And it helps those petals to fan out those 8 or so layers that you have on there. So they're very simple to make. At this point then, what I do is I take anything that I want to put in the middle. You could use jemmies, you could use tiny beads, you could use tiny little mini pom-poms, the styrofoam balls that you can get as filler at Dollar Tree. Here's some glitter ones. And the ones that I used were these multicolored ones because the colors of my flowers were these colors. Here, I got these at Dollar Tree at one point. So anyway, then I just switched to my felt and foam glue because the beads themselves are styrofoam beads. So And then again, just the tiniest drop in the center. Let's shake that down a bit. Now, some people use hot glue. You can probably do this really any way that you'd like. I like to lift them with my tweezers out of the box. I'll grab that pink one there and just place it into the felt and foam glue. See what I'm doing. Here we go. Give it a little tap and then put this aside to dry. And you know, you can sit and make a bunch of these in no time at all. And they're so darn pretty. And you know, you can choose, you can customize your own colors. Here's my little tray full. And they're just so pretty. And then, you know, if you have the large and the small together, you know, when you're doing a project, you can cluster these, you know, whatever way you like, with a couple small ones around a larger one kind of thing, and maybe in the corner of a card if you're making a card or some other project. But aren't they pretty? Now you could also add stickles to these or glitter them up, you know, add some other embellishments to suit your needs. But yeah, lots of fun to make and fun. When you get your little twirl going there with your fingers, they go very quickly and they just look so pretty. So I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, have a great weekend. Bye for now.